Something unexpected is happening right now. Hundreds of Korean families are boarding flights to Manila, Cebu, and Davao. Offices in Seoul are filling with resignation letters. Flight searches from South Korea to the Philippines have jumped. Real estate agents in Philippine cities are seeing long lines of Korean buyers. School enrollment offices report sudden spikes in applications from Korean children. Why are so many Koreans choosing the Philippines instead of the United States? Why is a short flight across the sea now a better option than a long move to America? This is not a small trend. It is a growing wave, and it is changing lives, businesses, and neighborhoods in two countries at once. This moment matters because migration changes economies and cultures. When people move, money moves, ideas move, families move, work moves. Most of the world expects Koreans to prefer the U.S. for better jobs, better education, and more safety. That story has been true for decades. So when people pick a different path, it signals a deeper change. The Philippines and South Korea have new links now. These links matter for business. They matter for schools, hospitals, and local markets. They matter for diplomacy. When thousands move, it becomes a force that countries must notice. How did this start? The story begins quietly, a few years ago. Small numbers of Koreans tried living in the Philippines. At first, they came as tourists. Later, some stayed for work or study. They liked the weather. They liked the cost of living. They liked the English language. They liked the relaxed pace. Early signs were simple. A Korean teacher in Cebu opened a language school. A Korean dentist moved to Manila and found steady clients. A group of Korean entrepreneurs began investing in small hotels on Philippine islands. At first, people in Korea called it a holiday trend. Experts in Seoul said it was temporary. Few saw the pattern behind it. Then more things changed. Travel restrictions eased after the pandemic. Remote work grew. Real estate in some Korean cities became very expensive. Young families began to ask, why pay more to live in cramped apartments? Why accept long commutes and sky-high tuition? For some, the answer was simple. Move where life is easier. The growth did not happen overnight. It grew step by step. First, digital nomads arrived. They worked from co-working centers in Manila. They liked cheaper living costs and better weather. Many stayed for months. They sent money back to Korea. They shared photos that made life in the Philippines look simple and fun. Second, families followed. Parents saw that their children could go to good international schools in the Philippines. Many schools offer bilingual programs. These schools teach in English and Korean, or English and Tagalog. That made parents feel safe. Third, healthcare and retirement options drew older Koreans. Medical services in metro areas became more affordable. Hospitals improved their English services. Some Korean retirees could buy a comfortable home and pay less for care. Fourth, businesses moved. Some Korean companies opened regional offices in the Philippines. They found lower costs and an English-speaking workforce. The Philippines sits near many Asian markets. For exports and logistics, it became convenient. Fifth, policy and private sector acted. Philippine real estate developers began building communities that match Korean tastes. Korean grocery stores, K-pop cafes, and Korean churches appeared in neighborhoods. The city adapted quickly. Each step invited the next. The rise became visible across cities. Vacation resorts turned into long-term communities. Co-working centers turned into offices. Schools expanded Korean classes. The wave was no longer small. It became a clear flow. Now the main surprise is clear. The biggest truth is this. Koreans are moving to the Philippines not out of desperation. They are choosing it as a better option. For many, the Philippines offers a balance: modern services with lower cost, warm climate, and English language ease. The U.S. still has pull, but the Philippines offers something different: value and speed. For many families and professionals, this value matters more right now. This was the big reveal that shifted how people see migration in Asia. Now we go deeper. We will break this into parts. Each part explains one reason. Each part is simple. Each part uses examples. The goal is to make the pattern clear. The goal is to show how big this can become. Cost of living and quality of life. Money is a practical reason. Seoul is expensive. Housing, daycare, school fees, and food add up fast. Young professionals feel pressure. Long work hours make life tight. In the Philippines, many things cost less. Rent is lower. Private schools can be cheaper than in Seoul. Private clinics and many services are more affordable. Imagine a young couple. In Seoul, they pay a big mortgage and long commute. In Manila, they can rent a modern condo close to the office with lower cost. They can afford weekend trips to beaches. For many families, the math matters. Lower everyday cost means a better life now. No one wants to wait decades to save money. Some choose faster comfort. This math affects decisions quickly. A Korean couple shared how they moved to Cebu. They said their monthly savings doubled. Their evenings became free of long commutes. Their child learned English faster in a bilingual preschool. Remote work and career flexibility. Remote work changed migration. Tech and creative jobs do not need a desk in the home country. A software engineer can work for a Seoul firm while living in the Philippines. A marketing manager can lead campaigns across Asia while living in a coastal city. Remote work gives choices. People can pick a place that fits life needs, not only job needs. The Philippines is in a good time zone for many Asian and global markets. Its internet infrastructure has improved in major cities. Co-working spaces spread quickly. Many Korean freelancers and remote workers found the Philippines a smart base. They kept their income in won or dollars, but spent in pesos. Their buying power increased. This simple financial boost is powerful. Education and language. Education is a key driver for family moves. Korean parents care about school quality and future opportunities for their kids. The Philippines offers many international schools. These schools teach in English. They often follow international curricula like IB or Cambridge. Children can become fluent in English. They can also keep Korean language and culture through weekend schools or community centers. A Korean mother in Manila told us, "My son learns English naturally. He plays with Filipino kids. He also studies Korean at a local church. He gains 2 languages and 2 cultures." This bilingual growth helps career prospects. Global firms value English speakers. For Korean families, giving children English fluency is a major advantage. Healthcare, retirement, and senior care. Healthcare quality matters deeply. The Philippines has private hospitals with international standards in major cities. Some offer services at lower prices than in Korea. Dental care and elective procedures can be much cheaper. Retirees face a clear choice. In Korea, retirement costs and apartment prices can be high. In the Philippines, retirees can live on a lower budget with a comfortable lifestyle. Senior communities with Korean language services are appearing. This makes retirement easier. One retired couple we spoke with moved to the Philippines for both cost and climate. They say they feel healthier year-round. Their money stretches further, letting them enjoy travel and hobbies. Business opportunities and investment. Companies notice shifting patterns. Korean small businesses see chances in Philippine markets. They open cafes, beauty clinics, and language schools. Korean franchises find local demand from both Koreans and Filipinos. More important, regional corporate strategy matters. The Philippines serves as a gateway to Southeast Asia. For manufacturers and exporters, it provides lower production costs and access to ASEAN markets. Korean firms set up regional hubs in Manila for sales and logistics. Investment flows increase. Korean money supports real estate, tourism, and education. This brings jobs for locals and services that attract more Koreans. community, culture, and social life. People move to places where they feel at home. Korean communities grew fast. Korean supermarkets sell familiar food. Korean churches and social groups offer support. K-pop clubs and Korean restaurants attract both Koreans and locals. This social network reduces loneliness. New movers find ready-made friends. Local Filipino neighbors often welcome them warmly. The cultural exchange becomes a two-way street. In Baguio and Clark, local businesses now include Korean signage. City events feature Korean food and music. These signs make the place feel safe and familiar. Policy, visas, and ease of entry. Government policy matters. The Philippines has visa options that can be faster for some groups. Tourist visas can be extended. Business visas are available. Some local governments design programs to attract foreign retirees and investors. South Korea tightened certain migration paths to the US and Europe. Meanwhile, the Philippines made steps to ease digital nomads and long-stay visitors. Private solutions like international schools, bilingual clinics, and Korean consulates help too. This policy mix reduces friction. It lets more people choose to move without long waits. Mini case studies. Case 1. A Korean teacher named Jiho teaches English in Manila. He started as a tourist. Now he runs a language school with 200 students. He trains Filipino teachers and hires 3 local staff. His school helps families integrate. Case 2. A Korean nurse moved to Cebu for a lower cost of life. She works part-time in a clinic and part-time online for a Korean hospital. She says the weather improved her health. She sends money home and still saves more than when she lived in Busan. Case 3. A retired businessman bought a small condo near the beach. He volunteers in a local school teaching business basics. He says he has more time now to do what he loves. These simple stories show many paths. Not everyone moves for the same reason, but the common thread is a search for better balance. Reactions in Korea and the US. In Seoul, some worry. Employers fear losing skilled workers. Schools worry about lower enrollments. The government watches trends to decide if it must change housing or work policies. In the US, reaction is small but present. The US still attracts many Koreans. For top-level careers, the US retains strength. But for families and retirees, the Philippines is a new option that competes for attention. Businesses adapt. Korean companies set up more branches in the Philippines. Real estate firms launch tailored housing. Travel agencies offer relocation packages. Hidden details and risks. This trend has risks. Not every move is easy. Some face language or cultural gaps. Not all services match expectations in smaller cities. Real estate markets can heat up, pushing prices up for locals. There is also the risk of community strain. Rapid foreign growth can change local neighborhoods. City planners must manage growth to avoid overcrowding and environmental damage. Finally, people must think about long-term health care and legal protections. Retirement in a foreign country needs careful financial planning. Expert viewpoints and global angle. Experts note 3 big forces. Number 1, global work trends like remote work and gig economy. Number 2, demographic pressures in advanced countries, which make families search for balance. And number 3, active private and public sectors that create welcoming ecosystems in host countries. On a global level, this movement shows a new pattern. Migration no longer means moving only to the biggest economy. People now choose quality, affordability, language, and lifestyle. This shifts the map of migration in Asia and beyond. Comparisons with other moves. Compared to the US offers huge career upside in tech and finance.
It offers strong higher education and medical research. For top-level careers, the U.S. retains strength. But for families and retirees, the Philippines is a new option that competes for attention. Businesses adapt. Korean companies set up more branches in the Philippines. Real estate firms launch tailored housing. Travel agencies offer relocation packages. Consequences for the Philippines. The Philippines benefits from new money. Real estate values rise. Local jobs grow. New schools and clinics open. Tourism moves toward longer stays. Both countries must manage this trend to ensure it is welcome. The student, teacher, nurse, and businessman show the possibilities of life change that come with moves.
But the country also faces responsibility. City planning, environmental care, and social policies must shape growth that helps both locals and newcomers. If handled well, the gains can be broad. If handled poorly, the gains may favor only a few. What this means for Asia. This migration pattern is a signal. It shows that Asia is more connected than ever. People move across short distances for big life changes. Quality of life, not only raw income, shapes choices. Cities that adapt fast will win. Those that invest in schools, healthcare, and housing will attract global talent. The Philippines is one such example right now. Now, the story reaches its main turning point. After years of slow growth, an official count shows thousands of new Korean residents in major Philippine cities. Schools report record enrollments. Banks report rising remittances into local economies. The wave has turned into a tide. The climax is this. For the first time in modern history, many Koreans see their future not only in Seoul or the West, but in a nearby Asian country that offers a different, faster path to a good life. They choose beaches over long commutes. They choose bilingual schools over only metropolitan prestige. They choose months of sunshine instead of months of gray winter. This is the moment when a quiet social shift becomes history. The final message is simple. People move for many reasons. Money is one. But time, health, family, and peace matter too. When choices multiply, people will choose a life that fits their values. The lesson is clear. Global migration is changing. The old map that points only to the US or Europe no longer tells the whole story. Nearby choices are powerful. The Philippines is now a real option for many Koreans. Ask yourself, if you had the chance to move for a better life, would you follow the old map or choose a new path closer to home? The final thought. A life that balances work and joy is not a dream. For thousands of Koreans, it is now a short flight away. Migration today is not only about chasing wealth, it is about finding balance. Families want schools that welcome them. Workers want jobs that respect their time. Retirees want health care and sunshine. These values shape decisions more than ever before. The Philippines offers a mix of affordability and community. English is widely spoken. Costs are lower than in Seoul or Busan. International schools and clinics ease the transition. This makes the country a strong choice for Koreans seeking stability. Meanwhile, global patterns shift. Remote work allows people to live far from traditional centers. Technology connects them back to their home markets. This freedom opens doors to nearby destinations. The Philippines benefits from this new wave. The story is bigger than one country. It shows Asia's growing role in migration. Choices are no longer limited to the West. People now weigh lifestyle, culture, and proximity. This is a turning point in modern history. The message remains. A balanced life is possible, and sometimes it is just a short flight away.